So, recently there was a game giveaway on Good Old Games, and they gave away a game called Iratus, Lord of the Dead. This is a game that long ago I basically did an ROTW basically for on the Rolik Steam group. And I have to say that, it basically caught my eyes, possibly, one to actually, buy at some point, but, I never really got around to buying it, so, well, here we have it for free now, so let's see what it's all about. Launching God Galaxy. Unlike Steam, I don't exactly have GOG on my, startup for my desktop, whatever.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Inevitably, heroes shall emerge. So, I was made dead. Again. But what does death really mean for somebody who has mastered it, Boredom. An eternity to ponder my errors and how close I came to victory. I am a mortal, but when this world ends, even I will know oblivion. So, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
Alright, so there's basically the introduction to this game. So, Iratus Lord of the Dead is a hardcore tactical roguelike. This game is difficult and your minions will likely die and don't think they're expendable just because they're already dead. Every fight is a challenge and resources are always limited. Enemies are strong and show no mercy toward their undead opponents. You will need to play smart and adjust your strategies for different encounters and enemy types. In short, be prepared to spend several hours mastering the game to achieve victory and bring death to the mortal lands. Alright, so we got ourselves Cakewalk, More Pain, Good Always Wins, and the Eternal Harvest. Oh, seriously? I have to go for Cakewalk? That's kind of stupid, but whatever. Well, here we go. Evil has returned, and dead Necromancer Iratus has attained his freedom after millennia of imprisonment, and the miners gathered around the tomb still do not know the moral danger they have stumbled upon. Their bodies will lay the foundation for an army of the dead that will conquer this world. Rise. Alright, so, minion abilities. Each minion has 5 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability. To use an ultimate ability, you need a special resource, so Wraith. Minions and enemies can use certain abilities only from vision, so just sort of get like a breakdown of this game. It's obviously inspired by Darkest Dungeon with side perspective and the tactical formation. So basically have heroes based on one side and undead forces on the other. So basically right now we have ourselves our skeleton right here. We have like, you know, our banshee I guess right there. On the other side over here, we basically have access to like, you know, a couple of mines to basically fight. Or I guess it's a hunky. If I hover over them, we can basically see their stats, so, you know. Alright, so yeah, basically over here you can see on like the right there's like the banshee. So, banshee, skeleton, hunky, and like miner. Now, note that basically your troops basically only have like, you know, a health resource, but you know, these guys have like, you know, both health and morale. Basically, the idea of like this game is that basically, like, you know, it sort of has like that sort of like, you know, heart attack, like, you know, sort of idea from like, you know, Darkest Dungeon, but it's for the enemies only. And it is like basically you're like scare these guys to death, or you like just kill them. So, the miner, for example, I'm just trying to scare to death, and like this hunky is trying to like, you know, kill. Alright, so guys, so it's basically a bunch of stuff I can basically use right here, all in like, you know, hotkeys basically, so Q, W, E, A, S, D, D. Alright, well let's just try and like, you know, go after this guy first. Nothing fancy about my strike. Alright, so physical and magical damage reduce the target's vigor. So that's basically the health stat. Ignite deals instant magic damage to a target and true damage at the start of their turn. Stress damage decreases the sanity of the target. Cursing a target will deal stress damage at the start of his turn. And critical hits by your minions decrease enemy sanity. Enemy critical hits will increase it. So essentially they can increase their sanity if they like to get critical hit, but you know they can also decrease it if they like, you know, be hit by one. So critical hits are like, you know, very dangerous for like, you know, certain characters. Now I'll note that basically these like guys here, they basically have like, you know, different types of like, you know, uses. Basically like the banshee here is like, you know, all about like, you know, stress damage. So she basically screens their target and tries to like stress them out. Or like, you know, soprano, basically the next stress attack here. All enemies basically lose like 6 attack for your next turn basically, so she's basically like your sort of like, you know, warlock type of character, while like he's like, you know, more like his standard fighter. So let's just go for maybe soprano, I guess, right now. I might better do actually a scream. Let's do a scream actually. Screaming is gonna possibly kill this guy like faster, so. Loss of sanity in combat can lead to various consequences. So insanity, a negative effect that weakens the enemy. Inspiration, a positive effect that strengthens the enemy. Death, receives an amount of stress damage while at 0 sanity will lead to instantaneous death. And flee from combat, at low levels of sanity, an enemy on the outermost specific combat row has a chance to flee from combat. So. My shift will kill me before you do. They're going after my banshee there a little bit, but whatever. Alright, so let's see here.
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Yay, corpse! We're trying to drag corpses by the way right now, but whatever. Alright, so this guy should go down if I like, you know, I scream at him again or use soprano. You know, I was sort of hoping to see like, you know, some sort of effect there, but you know. So basically, all remaining strength. At the start of each turn, lose 40% of their max vigor, receives an extra action. So apparently, this guy's like, you know, he's slowly like, you know, being like, you know, he's taking some hits basically from like his debuff there. So whatever. So victory. My banshee took a little bit of injuries there, but whatever. Here's our loot. Basically, some dust, weapon, armor, blood, bones. Although essentially, like, you know, this is like very much like a game where like, you know, you're playing as like a necromancer, and like, you know, you have to like manage like your like, you know, resources. So I always say in quotes to like, you know, so like, you know, create like new minions, like keep going on and like, you know, go for further. Yeah, so here's a necromancer right here, for example. So I have to create any two minions basically. So after gathering parts from his defeated foes, Iratus can create new minions for his army. Using parts of uncommon, rare, or legendary quality increases the amount of stat points on a created minion. So with time, Iratus will acquire new minion recipes as well as various combat tactics. So essentially, we can create minions to do stuff with. So for example, here's the skeleton right here we can actually build. We have zombies. We have the Bride of Iratus, the Dark Knight, the Banshee, the Wraith, and a Werewolf. And as we go along, we'll basically get Mummy, we'll get Lich, we'll get Headhunter. You get more stuff as you go along here. There's a DLC guy over here. So apparently to create a werewolf you need flesh. Whatever that is right there, and this here. That's obviously bones. So I could craft myself a werewolf right here. So the guards of the underground prison used to hound prisoners for fun. It was particularly fashionable to bet on which of the poor souls would be torn apart first by the raging war dogs. But a flesh-based diet, however nutritious, was not healthy for the creatures, and some of them died from gluttony. Well, now their pet cemetery serves the Necromancer, who revives the ugly beasts, craving their tear out of their former master's throats. So I essentially can make myself a werewolf right here.
You will bring me their heads, their hearts, and everything else.
There's a main spicy value here, by the way, so you see their abilities and stuff like that, stats. So this werewolf here basically he has swing attack, so it looks like this guy's sort of a frontliner. And my skeleton here can be sort of in the second row or so to basically do stuff. So frontliner, maybe a mid-tier guy. The Banshee is basically a backliner for the most part. So let's see if we basically find someone who's basically sort of a little bit in the third row here type of thing. So he has a couple attacks, but he's sort of still mid-tier, this guy, so this one might work as a third-tier guy, the Bride of Iratus. So I guess we'll probably go for him. Oh, actually I have another guy here, so the Wraith. And he's just doing a mix of stress damage, I guess, so I'll note that each of these guys have different sort of abilities. So you have stress damage, you have physical damage basically. I think we'll go for the Wraith here perhaps, so we'll fill this basically up, we'll craft him.
Why do I get this sinking feeling in my putrefied gut?
Alright, so to start combat, open the map, alright. I do believe we can actually equip stuff on these guys eventually later on, but not just yet, so whatever. Alright, so the kingdom had need of vast riches buried underneath the castle. Great veins of iron that promised to be fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mine equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. The only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With the dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Droids were used to keep them docile as they dug even deeper, year after year, unaware of the moral danger that awaited them below. So yeah, basically, Another thing like the gist of this game is that basically Iratus is like, you know, this imprisoned Necromancer who's basically trying to like, you know, rise back up to the world of living to conquer it, so here we go. So in the mines, there's like the dwarf tunnels, mercenary barracks, we have like catacombs and like the cathedral. Here's our map here basically, so you know, like, you know, we have multiple pathways type of thing, so this would probably be like, you know, more like, you know, akin to like, you know, Slay the Spire and like some of its aspects, so you know, you have like an X up here. Lots of mines basically like to penetrate, so to speak. Alright, so the battle begins. We'll do a few battles here to show off the gameplay features and stuff like that, so, you know, you get the idea. Alright, so some enemies possess unique features that either strengthen or weaken them. Study the features of your minions and the enemies so that you can fight more effectively, so... We got ourselves a miner, we got ourselves another hunky, and we got ourselves a taskmaster, so... Oh, you can right click on them. Okay, so, basically, like, you can right click to get some idea here, so basically, like, you know, they're basically about moving, like, the, like, you know, the brainwash, basically, so he's probably like a buffer. Alright, so here's my, like, you know, werewolf like abilities right here, so you can just, like, you know, swing at these guys. Note that the stuff you can't do, like ambush and like, you know, new ones basically, like, you know, are, like, grayed out. So you basically have to have, like, you know, resource basically, like, a raft basically to do, like, these, like, special abilities over here, but, you know, everything else basically you can do, like, easily enough. So you got swing here, so he attacks twice, dealing, like, you know, double damage basically for each attack on the first, like, you know, two guys here. He's got Curse of Madness, so he receives 15 luck and 15 critical hit strength for 2 turns. Other minions receive 10 luck and critical hit strength for 2 turns, doesn't stack. Ooh, so this guy can, like, hit the back row if he wants to for, like, you know, where he is. That's nice. Tear up. So Tarot loses all armor and resistances until the battle ends, so... Whoops. I attacked this guy accidentally there, but whatever. I have no idea what I attacked with, so whatever. Well, I guess we're just gonna lead this guy down, like, you know, naturally, I guess, so that's fine. Up here, I can actually see, like, the turnover for these guys, by the way, just to throw it out there, so that is a thing to note. You can see, like, the turnover for these guys. Ah, we don't have stuff available for some reason. That sucks. Oops, this guy's ward apparently is just stuff. So armor resistance, block, and ward. So armor basically receives physical damage to is decreased by the amount of, like, armor that the target has. Resistance basically, like, you know, receives, like, magical damage to decrease, like, the amount, but for, like, you know, resistance basically has. Block basically is, like, you know, expected to, like, nullify physical attacks, and ward basically, like, you know, the same for, like, magical attacks or stress attacks. So we basically stress out these guys a little bit, but, you know, whatever. Alright, what can you do? So, this guy has a magic attack, so basically, like, you know, deal, like, magic damage and stress damage, apparently. Ghostly Veil. So someone's like, concealing cloud for 2 rounds. Any minions with the cloud receive, like, you know, more evasion, apparently, so, like, make my guys more evasive. So I can see, like, the stuff, this guy's, like, you know, stuff down here, by the way, so... Alright, we're just gonna, like, you know, hold him down. So yeah, this guy's a buffer, basically. You, like, you know, bust up his guys so he can actually do stuff. To whip. You get basically, like, more accuracy, increases damage dealt by 20%. So now it's a little more dangerous, like, you know, hunky right here, but whatever. You know, one of these guys, like, ward to, like, physical attacks this guy. I gotta watch out for that, but whatever.
Carve open their husks.
Whoop! Well, I just honestly, I'm not gonna kill this guy, apparently. Alright, well, now she can't actually damage people, I guess. Oh, this guy is like up, so never mind. Let's see here. You know, I'm not really sure, like, the purpose of, like, you know... Like, taking away these guys, like, you know, tutorial and stuff like that, but whatever. Just fear this guy, I guess. This is stressing out the, you know, the Taskmaster here a little bit, because I can't, because why not? Oh, betrayal. Interesting. Do you have like abilities to make like guys attack their allies? Interesting. So yeah, there was basically blocked from that guy, so he like blocked off my attack there, so that happened.
Your frail bodies fail.
Alright, so I basically hit this guy with like, you know, the morale thing, but so he's like completely stressed out. I want to make it, it's gotta like run away or like die on the battlefield or something like that, so I'm trying to like do that right now, so yeah, there he had a heart attack, so instant kill by heart attack, basically right there.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Basically, what I really liked about this game is the fact that it took a lot of like, the concepts from Darkest Dungeon, but instead of like, you know, having it on like your characters to like annoy you, they're on like the enemy characters to like annoy them. So it's like a really like big difference when like, you know, you don't have to basically deal with it like yourself. It's like the enemies that basically have to deal with it. You just have to basically get the resources and stuff. So after winning a battle, Iratus receives rewards, based on their souls, used to construct and improve buildings at the like, you know, graveyard. Parts, needs to craft minions. Artifacts can increase the power of the minions and Iratus himself. Brains, used to quickly increase the level of your minions. And then additionally, minions that did not participate in battle restore a small amount of vigor according to their difficulty level. So we basically get some experience for Iratus, we get some talent points, we get all this stuff right here. We'll do another fight here, I guess. So artifacts. There are four main types of you know, artifacts with weapons, armor, rings, and amulets. You will also encounter consumables. Such artifacts can apply for one battle for which they are spent. So at the beginning of the game, receives one random artifact. So the Scroll of Skullfall. So unlocks the secret destruction spell, one-time use. So deals 12 magic damage to all enemies, sets them on fire for 3 turns, dealing 6 damage per turn. Spell power improves the ignition effect by 2%. So alright.
It embellishes my undead features.
Okay, if you say so. You know, I like how the fact we're basically like, you know, voicing like, you know, Iratus here is like, you know, voice, you know, as opposed to some like, you know, faceless narrator. So, our like, you know, narrator is actually like the Necromancer himself. It's like, you know, as he like conquers the world, so to speak. Alright, so we kill these guys here. Now we got ourselves another battle up here. So, Iratus possesses the following stats and resources: mana, wrath, and spell power. Mana is needed to use balance from the magic ire and destruction trees. Mana is restored after every victory in combat through the minion abilities or via, like, you know, certain encounters on the map. Wraith is needed to use ultimate abilities on your minions. Wraith increases during combat and resets after combat ends. Spell power increases the effectiveness of active Iratus talents. Iratus gains 1 spell power each level and can further increases it via artifacts, talents, and minion abilities. So there's that. So yeah, I have like access to like spells here can be make use of to like, you know, make my minions do like do stuff. Alright, so we got ourselves like, you know, a guard here. So we got ourselves a guard. Let's see. So this guy still has like his, it's like, blocks like, warts and stuff like that, so I still want to basically focus on these guys basically first here, so. Let's like buff ourselves up this time around. Oh, okay. So this guy doesn't get buffed because he's basically like, whatever he is. Alright, traps. Traps are abilities that the effects of which are limited by one specific vision. Depending on the specific of the trap, a character occupying the position can receive negative or positive effects. A trap can be destroyed by certain abilities or overridden by another trap. Okay. So I got trapped apparently. Hey, look at that! We actually got access to our abilities now. So we got access to like assign fortitude. Marks minion has a normal chance to redirect any attacks that target the mark minion to itself. Alright, so can't use that because basically he's like on the right position for it. And shield banger basically like is a stress attack apparently. It requires like wrath, so we can't use that either. Now these guys here, I would like to be able to see like what these like ranges for these guys basically are. So it's like able to like target back here or not. I can't really tell. Like is this guy a melee fighter or like a range fighter? I'm not really sure, but whatever. We're just gonna buff up my like werewolf here a little bit. Nice, he missed. Alright, Banshee is like fully like powered up, so we gotta like self no. Wherever an enemy moves, the Banshee deals like straight damage to it. Absorb fear, restores the target to full sanity, gives a radius equal to 20% of the restored sanity. Okay, so basically absorb their fear. Interesting. I like to give like these guys like damage potential right now, so there we go, debuff them all. So we remove buffs from the turret. We're gonna like curse the turret for 2 turns. Well, we debuffed that guy, and we like took all his morale. Alright, stances. Stance is a type of ability that some minions and enemies can use in battle. Stances differ in duration. A 1-turn stance. A stance that ends at the start of the character's next turn. Stance until battle ends. The character will retain a stance until it's cancelled or the battle ends, or any stance can be cancelled via force movement or stunning unless the description of the stance specifies otherwise. So, alright. So that guy's got a stance basically going on of some sort. So, defensive stance. Whenever a minion moves, attack it for... Okay, so basically gonna attack whenever like people like move around, so you gotta watch out for that. Let's see here. I suppose I really want to get around to killing these guys at this point, so... Remember that this counts as a buff. So I got like 2 strikes there for like the skeleton. Not really sure if I like get more, but whatever. We struck this guy twice. What do we got here? So just curse those guys a little bit. Ow. Well, this guy likes to move around quite a bit apparently, but whatever. You know, let's just try to tear out this guy's armor, perhaps. I was kind of hoping this guy, like, you know, have, like, you know, issues, but whatever. He's got betrayal, I guess.
Your cries amuse me.
Oh, there we go. So we heart attacked that guy to death. So yeah, Smite basically, like, you know, put like an additional attack for each buff on a target, so... Yeah, we only attacked twice, but I guess, like, you know, if this guy's a buff, we'll attack 3 times, maybe, we'll see. Yep, so there we go.
This never gets old.
Basically, like, you know, if they have, like, you know, buff, then, like, they're, like, you know, more susceptible to the skeleton basically killing him, so that's what I always want to do with him. Alright. Let's see here. I actually have enough power for, like, you know, some of, like, our special abilities here, I guess. I want to, like, just carry over between, like, you know, the fights and stuff like that. But whatever. Let's attack you twice. Get rid of his block. Oh, this guy's, yeah, you know, this guy's stressed out. Alright, what's he on now? So, he's got tear up, he's got, like, an defensive stance, he's got weakness. So, weakness. Decreases damage dealt by 25%, damage received is increased by 25%, so basically this guy's, like, you know, he's weak to, like, you know, attacks now, so okay. You know, I'm trying to try to throw up fear just to kind of see what it basically does for me, but, you know, I want to injure this guy a little bit first, I think, so... We'll just do that. Do some damage to this guy. Ow. I suppose we'll probably get, like, healers basically to go along, but, you know, not this yet, so whatever. So yeah, I was like, just buff this guy to see how it basically works. Huh, this guy could attack all the way in the back row, that's good to know. Alright, well, let's see here.
With the rest.
Well, he's dead, I guess. You know, I just realized I have, like, you know, full like, mana at this point, but, you know, whatever. I don't really need to dread freeze guys, but whatever, I just, you know, buffed them up. And apparently that moved her forward, so... Obviously there's, like, abilities that move her guys around, I gotta watch out for that, so whatever. Interesting, so he attacked both, like, the werewolf and, like, her. Oh, I can't say we can't do no because, like, you know, he can't move, perhaps? Yay, insanity! Oh! You can take more damage to this guy now, I guess, so that's nice. So yeah, these guys basically, like, you know, got moved around a little bit there, but whatever. So that's what I watch out for. I don't know how to basically move my guys around here a little bit, so... You guys can, like, move around, it could be, like, an issue. There we go, we stress this guy out, so Dreadful Whispers, lose all initiative, I guess. Now I'm buffing out my guys, so I'm basically going to try and use the Banshee to, like, you know, go after this guy a little bit in a moment, so... Let's just see what this does. So, basically absorb this guy's fear. So yeah, basically you can get like, you know, mana basically back that way apparently. Good to know. There we go, we killed him. Now, what I really liked about this like sort of like concept for like the Necromancer is like, you know, one of the problems that Darkest Dungeon basically had was that basically in Darkest Dungeon, your heroes basically sort of like, you know, were like, you know, just like pieces like you basically move around stuff like that. They weren't like, you know, sort of like characters like you care about. Here basically like, you know, your minions are very much expendable because like, you know, yes, like you want to keep them alive, but at the same time, they're like, you know, they're minions. They're not like anything like special or anything like that. Alright, winning battles rewards your rest of experience that increases his level. At each level, he can receive talent points that he can use on the following ability trees: Alchemy, Magic, Iron, Destruction. Alchemy increases the efficiency of your minions and resource economy. Spells weaken foes require mana to use. Iron spells certain minions that require mana to use. Destruction deals direct damage to enemies requires mana to use. Alright, so basically you got like, you know, debuff, buff, and like, you know, direct damage. And then like, you know, alchemy. So, minions receive like +2 dread, does not work on summon minions. We have whip, so target minions move 2 positions forward and receive like, you know, accuracy for 1 attack. Haste, all minions gave 2 initiative. And like, you know, stuff like this. That sounds actually really good, because I use like more spells and stuff like that.
Hexes, curses, all are at my command.
Alright. You know, I like this, like how they have the tutorial basically set up. Even though like, it's forced, like, you know, essentially they're like sort of teaching you like in the tutorial that like, you know, one thing and then like they go into battle, one thing and then go into a battle. Not bad for a tutorial. Let's go to the sanctuary up here. So collect Digger Souls. Alright. I see dormant minions, let's see what they're all about. Alright, let's see here. Let's just try and kill these guys as fast as possible this time around, I think. So... Oh, conscripts. So we got like more different, you know, guys to fight. Let's just do a quick buff to these guys. So at the end of our next turn, we'll deal like, you know, more damage to random targets. So okay, gotta watch out for that. Just gonna debuff these guys a little bit. Ow. We're just gonna buff up the, you know, the vampire like that, I guess. Yay, absorb the armor. Whoop, I missed. That's annoying. So, I think this guy's about to go, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. This is how it goes. My guys are missing like crazy, apparently. That's annoying. Alright, well, whatever. Let's just, like, keep going, I guess. Let's just do this, I think. I'm just gonna, you know, put the concealing cloud on, like, this guy here. Alright, so basically concealing cloud basically pushes my guy, like, you know, backwards like that, I guess, so... I gotta watch out for that. Yeah, basically concealing, like, you know, honestly, like, guys, they actually have, like, certain abilities that, like, push them back and forward. There we go, move her back with that. Ouch, I'm taking some hits here. Throw some damage to that guy.
This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah, pathetic.
Let's see here. Let's keep developing him. Start cursing these guys back here a little bit. Interesting, he's moving around, but whatever. Alright, so, interesting abilities here. I haven't really been using these up, and I really should, because, like, you know, it's what keeps these guys alive, I think, so... to look into that, but whatever. Let's get rid of this guy's armor, though. Hey, Insanity! You know, I'm starting to like to shield bang on this guy, so... you know, get their, like, you know, their abilities, like, down a little bit. Hooray! He's stressing out. Isn't it nice, like, you know, to be like, you know, to like, sort of stress these guys out, like, crazy like that? It's not, like, you know, super effective, but I mean, like, you know, it works as an idea.
You will soon embrace your new existence.
There we go, a heart attack for that guy. Nice critical. Retreat, retreat! So that guy was possibly fleeing right there. Interesting. Well, he hasn't retreated yet or anything, but you know, whatever.
First mistake. Opposing me, your last.
Escape. So, we'll escape by the beginning of the next turn. Alright, so basically, like, you know, it's like, you know, escaping, so if he's like the last guy in a row, he's just gonna, like, you know, run away. I want to probably, like, kill him before, like, he gets away so he gets the resources for killing him, so whatever. Just gonna take his, like, you know, thing there. I suppose there's a real point if I actually use the mana, but you know, you get the idea.
For mortal kind.
Alright, well, that's basically Iratus, like, Lord of the Dead. And that seems to be, like, you know, like, it for the tutorial, so to speak. Basically, like, you know, past the point where, like, you know, we've, like, done anything. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Alright, so yeah, basically, like, minions upgrade, basically, like, you know, minions evolving can improve in multiple ways. Leveling grants minion stat and skill points. Every level, a minion gets 2 stat points for improving stats. Every third level, a minion gets, like, 1 skill point for upgrading abilities, using parts, like, you know, items, you know, grafting brain. Alright, well, you basically get the idea. There's, like, you know, lots of stuff basically do in this game, and it's essentially Darkest Dungeon, but, like, with a sort of, like, you know, Necromancer bent. It's basically free for, like, you know, pickup if, like, you got for the giveaway from, like, you know, good little games, so, like, you know, during the winter sale. But whatever. I hope you guys basically enjoyed the game. And like what is basically shown here, you should check it out if you haven't already, because it is actually a fairly interesting game, and, you know, take care.